Oh my goodness. This camera makes my eyes look so dark. I need to fix that. Hi, do you like spending atrocious amounts of money on childish hunks of plastic? Because I do, and I have been doing it on my channel for a while. Like literally since the beginning of this channel starting. And I missed out on the Alien Romulus movie. I did not see it when it came out, but I really wanted to. The timing did not work out for me. But I did get the figure that NECA made, and this thing was at Walmart. And I didn't actually spend too much on it. I got it for like 30 bucks, which is nice because I didn't want to spend like $78 on this. And this thing looks pretty sweet. I'm going to be opening it today, but it looks awesome. It's huge. This thing is like 8 inches tall, which most figures aren't 8 inches tall. So I want to open it.
Are you serious?
Okay, so here we are. Now, I really wanted to see the movie when it came out, but I definitely knew I was not going to miss out on the figure when it came out, especially after I saw some people's videos reviewing it. So I was definitely like, okay, I got to get my hands on this thing, but I didn't know where they were going to sell it. I figured it was going to probably be like some sort of GameStop or Comic Shop exclusive, but no, I found it at Walmart, and for 36 is what I paid for it. For 36 bucks, that is less money than you'd be paying for like a Marvel Legends like deluxe figure. Like I can already tell that this thing is going to be better value than just $36 because I can already tell that his tail is going to be bendy wire, but also just the sculpting and the paint work. So I definitely think that NECA has good value, and you know, for being the company that sculpts and creates hideous monsters all the time, they usually do a pretty good job at it. And I love Alien. I mean, I watched all the movies except Romulus, and I've always loved the look of this Alien, and I'm glad that they stuck with a more classic look for it. But yeah, I want to open it, see everything that's in it, check out the articulation, see if this thing is worth the money I paid for it, which it should be. If it's not, then I'm going to be very mad. But from looking at it, it looks fine. Except the box. You know, I wish it was more like one of those boxes that they put the movie monster figures in where you can flip the flap. And, I mean, I'm glad it does like that retro style, like, you know, 70s sort of, because that's what, you know, Alien was made in, but like, you know. It's got a description there. But yeah, and it's got some cool features, and I like this like scratch mark on his face here. So let me just open it and then we'll see what's in it. Okay. Oh no, it's gonna be weird with its packaging. Oh, no it's not, it just slides on it. Okay, I'm gonna put the box down. Yeah. Oh my goodness, oh, he's got 2 trays. As per usual with NECA, we got 2 separate trays for everything. Oh, okay. So it looks like we get separate, oh crap, I don't want stuff to start falling out. Looks like he already has fingers and things falling out at the bottom. Looks like he has like a face plate here, which is going to be interesting. One thing I don't, oh my lord, I'm going to lose it. Okay, so one thing I had an Alien figure from like a while ago, and all of these little parts in the back broke off. Like a lot of the spikes broke off and stuff, so hopefully NECA has overcome their QC issues and fixed some of the problems that persisted with a lot of their figures in the beginning, because while you had great sculpt work, you would just have a lot of QC issues. So we got a face hugger. A little different from face huggers I've seen. Is he bendy wire? Looks like it. So he's got a bendy wire tail in there. A little different from the face huggers I've seen, because he's got like brown instead of normal like yellow. But you know, it's well sculpted enough, and I'm glad it was included, and you can probably use that for some other figures. don't like that. That's disgusting. But yeah, and it's got a bendy wire tail, so they managed to squeeze that in there. So yeah, get some cool poses with that. In the accessories bin, there's actually a chest burster, so I'll get that one out in a sec, but I want to get out the alien itself first. So, his tail is locked in there too. I'm going to kill somebody. Oh, frick. So from what I know, NECA hides a lot of stuff in their figures. Like you'll have to. They don't include instruction manuals, but they will hide stuff. Like those Ninja Turtle figures I reviewed from NECA a while ago during Halloween. I didn't know the bandanas had ball joints and could articulate because they didn't put instructions. So I'm sure this guy's gonna have lots of secret things. Obviously, the bendy wire tail is here, which is obviously super well sculpted, but you can get all of the poses you want with that. This thing is big, by the way. I mean, if you stand him up all the way, because he's kind of got this pre-pose and this to his legs, he's tall. He is tall, or she, whatever this thing is, it's tall. And it looks like it's not going to stand up properly. Good thing they included a stand with it. It's not fully like solid plastic from what I'm looking at. There are some translucent bits. Looks like they had a lot of articulation. That's more articulation than I've seen coming from NECA. But look at that, that's huge. But I love the look of this cracked skull part here. All of the sculpted detail on the inside. And I think this pops off because you can add in a new, yeah. Oh my word, look at that. That is crazy. That is awesome. I've always loved, I think his last name's like Geiger or something, but the guy who designed the alien, I mean, is one of my favorite like horror artist designers of all time, just because of the alien, the xenomorph itself, and my goodness, this is just beautiful. And that's insane looking. And there's another one that's not cracked, so if you just want a basic alien, let me get his accessories out and we'll look at those. Get this chest burster here, which I think also has, yeah, so the chest burster is also bendy wire, which is interesting. Obviously, you know, it's not super well sculpted, but it's sculpted enough to where you can tell what it is. You can have it coiled up and, you know, use it like if it's bursting out of someone's chest. That's really cool. And we got, I don't know what this is. I think this is part of the display stand, which I haven't gotten with any other NECA figures, so I don't really know how that's gonna work. And then we got a lot of hands. So as you can see here, I want to put on the non-battle damaged shell part here of his head. Just look at that. And obviously I know one little secret on this figure. So the jaw is going to open, and inside, of course, is the little mouth thing, and I'm sure that's going to come out. The figure I had a couple years back did that. Yep, there it is. It comes out a little weird because it's kind of like, oh, you can bend it downward. But yeah, so the little mouth tongue that was so popular with this alien, or this type of alien anyway, and that's just great. And I'm glad that they include that little feature to pop that little tongue out. And it's like a more flexible piece for his jaw, so you can actually get even that moves right there, this little cord part. Don't want to break that, but yeah, the jaw moves. Looks like that doesn't move. A lot of it's like squishier plastic, which is nice, because if it was harder, it probably would have broken off, which is not really what you want, especially with a figure that you paid $36 for. But yeah, it's definitely cool, and it's got like a lot of articulation for what it is. And I really want to get into figure photography more. But I want to get him into a pose here just to see what I can do. I really would have liked like some drool effects or some acid blood effects to be included, so that way you can like have him snarling and have him drooling or whatever. That would be really, really cool to have. Let me see here. Yeah, it makes me want to get, they had some Predator figures at Target. Maybe I'll get a Predator figure and make like a full battle scene between the two. But he's big. If I can get a different figure to show you, like a normal 5-inch figure, and I'll show you like the scale between these two. But geez, look at like you can get really dynamic poses. The sculpting work everywhere on this is beautiful. He's got this nice shiny, so it gives off that slimier look that the aliens do have in the movie, but it's got great sculpt work everywhere. Nice paint, like wash. And obviously up here with this great detail underneath, but you can also swap that. A lot of hands, you know, you get a lot of creepy hand poses with the 6-fingered alien's fingers, which, you know, when you're an alien, you can't just have 5 fingers, you gotta have 6. Look at that. And I don't know how to get this stand to work, so it's a decent looking stand, decent enough. Kind of looks like a DVD. I'm gonna try and put it together here. I think this pops in. I'm guessing this like clips onto something, or maybe it's like a wrist. No. Yeah, I don't know. It's either for the tail or it holds it up in some area, because there's like no instructions for this. It wouldn't be there. Would it be this? It's got this weird like tube connecting. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to hold up the arm and then it'll keep it steady while you're posing it. Oh yeah, it kind of does. I mean, it's gonna be finicky as heck to get to stand, but oh yeah, okay. I'm guessing that's what it is. You know, I kind of wish you could take off this whole top part here, but you know, it's decent. I really haven't seen Alien Romulus. I've heard some good things about it, so I really want to watch that at some point. And you know, just see if it's as good as everybody says it is, and you know, hopefully it goes back to the roots of what the Alien movies were. Because you know, after like Alien 3, they kind of got goofier and goofier. So, but yeah, look at that. That is, I think it was worth the $36, because like paying like $40 to $50 for a Marvel Legend just for like a couple of hands and one interchangeable head is not really worth the money. That's why I haven't really been buying many figures. But like, I saw this one, I was like, okay, $30 is definitely worth it, especially since it's a NECA figure, because you know you're going to get actual good quality for what you're buying. And look at all the accessories you get. Like, you get a face hugger and a chest burster, you get a stand, you get a bunch of heads, you get like extra accessories. And you know, like, that's decent. And I definitely think that this is worth the money, definitely, because it's, you know, it's like better than most figures. Especially with like McFarlane Toys' DC figures, which we'll see what's happening there, since, you know, they don't have the license anymore. But you know, I definitely think it's a very, very cool figure. It's gonna look sick on a shelf, and you know, I'm just gonna sit here playing with it. But I'm gonna go get a smaller figure so we can do a comparison in size between these two, and then I'm gonna grab like a ruler so we can measure this guy and see how tall he is compared to a smaller figure. Okay, so I got a couple figures here for comparison. So first we have my Amazing Fantasy 15 Marvel Legends Spidey, and he comes in about like 8.5, or not 8, 5.5 inches. So he's like smaller, you know, he's not like a tall figure, but comparing it to the NECA Scorched Alien, you can see there's a clear difference between the two. And then we have my King Spawn, who I think comes in about 7 inches. He doesn't even begin to step up between the alien. Then one of my original Alien figures from the old line, as you can see, he's very small. I'm actually gonna grab a ruler here and measure how tall this guy is, because he is quite big. Let's start on the other side here. Or no, yeah, okay. He's almost, am I looking at that right? He's like 9 inches tall. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So he's a little over, like, he's a little under, he's like 9.5 inches, maybe 9.5 quarter. You know, he's tall. And then comparing it to Spider-Man here, he's about like, he's about 5 inches. Yeah, so like, it's a big boy. Even compared to McFarlane, which he usually makes, you know, the larger figures, he usually goes 7-inch. That doesn't even begin to stand up with what NECA did here. So yeah, if you see this figure, you probably want to pick it up, because I'm sure it's going to get sold out pretty soon. Especially with its value and just how much stuff it comes with and all the things you can do with this. It's extremely cool, and I just love the Alien movies. If you're an Alien fan, even if you don't like action figures, you might want this, because it just looks super cool on a shelf, and it would look, I mean, it looks amazing as it is already, and I love all of the little features you can do with it. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth the value here, and I would have bought 2. But you know, I'm good with the 1 here. He's got a lot of articulation too for like what it is. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you like action figure content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a lot of that here, as well as among other things. If you want to see more Alien content, let me know, because I love Alien and just Xenomorph stuff in general. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please join my Discord. The link is down below, because everything there is free. There is no leveling, there is nothing, everything is free to do. I finally fixed everything. I've been getting complaints from my friends and from a couple people saying that the link doesn't work, now it should work, and that you couldn't read message history, now you can. Whole thing, but it's fixed now, so please head down there, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye, bye-bye.